It's time for the Giz Wiz with Matt's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1843, recorded August 5th, 2021. Wheelie Bad Pizza Cutter. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, Dickie D has a portable shower and a way to charge 8 devices at once. Also, I will announce my new Crappy Corner theme, and it's a different one. All next on the Giz Wiz.
It's the same show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now, and here he is. He's never scalped a gadget. Dick DeBartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing good, sir. And you?
Good. Doing great.
Good. Off the top of your head, the name of the guy who made our opening theme. Do you remember?
It is Ivan.
Is it? I was just going to say, is Ivan something? Okay.
Yes, Ivan.
I always mean to mention it, and then I am so bowled over by your introduction, I forget.
Thank you, Ivan, for our new intro.
Yes.
Has anything been going on this last week?
Let's see. Oh, it was such a funny idea. So I have a mechanic who comes up from Florida once a year to get my boat ready for spring, but with COVID and everything, he just came up recently, and on the back of my boat, I have something called an Armstrong flotation outboard bracket. It's a bracket that lets you attach to any boat that's not made for outboards, and then you can add outboards to it. So it's really unique. And what's great about whoever invented I think a man named Gill invented it, is that you could put outboards on great big boats, because in the old days, to have an outboard, you had to cut the transom way down so the outboard would reach the water. And consequently, they didn't build big boats because you don't want to go out in the ocean in a big boat with the transom like 1 foot above the waves. But the transom bracket is hollow, and one of the chores is every year to make sure there's no water in it. And so the first thing I said, Bob, I can't even remember how you get that door off the bracket. So he opens it and he goes, oh, I'm glad we're doing this. The bracket is filled to the top with water. Not a good thing. So I had to leave, but an hour later I called and I said, so what happened? He said, well, I hand drained it and it's filled to the top again. I said, well, are we going to have to hold the boat? And he said, no. I'll wait till nighttime. You have an underwater flashlight? I do. He said, I will use the underwater flashlight and see if I can see where the hole might. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He said, meanwhile, it's a drag to try and keep pumping this out. And I go, wait a minute. I have a portable shower on this week's show. I am bringing it down. So you'll see the video in a few minutes, but I used the next morning he called and he said that portable shower was great.
That is
he
so
said,
funny.
Turns out there's no hole in your bracket. Turns out when the divers who cleaned the bottom of your boat replaced all the zincs, they did not tighten the screws on the zinc that is on the side of your outboard bracket. And that's where the water was running in. He said, this guy does that. He's a genius. He said, I couldn't get the water to stop completely. So I made a gasket out of a gasket meant for something else, reshaped it. And he said, now the outboard bracket's totally dry. So that was fun, being able to get 2 uses out of one gadget.
Right. Especially as a gadget person, sometimes you bring a gadget and there's not really a problem. And it's like, this problem can be solved with a gadget.
Yes,
I love
it. Exactly, yes.
That's awesome. That's great.
And you, anything new and exciting?
Not really. Last week I was talking about that treasure hunt, and it's a new month and nobody found it. So I don't know if I should feel good that
So the prize rolled over, right?
Yes, so the prize is rolled over. So this next month it'll be $1,200, and half of it is in gift cards and stuff. So I don't know if I should feel like, sad that I didn't find it, or glad that nobody else could find it and I wasn't all that, good myself or whatever. But yeah, so the hunt is back on for this month's treasure.
Now, by looking at, is it played online? I mean, do you
Yes.
do you get clues online?
Yes. So how it works is you follow a Facebook page, and then they will post just a post that everyone can see, and so that's your clue. Those posts on the Facebook group.
Now, do you know how many people you're playing against in your area?
No, but I went out to the area, 6 or 7 times. And every time I went out there, I saw at least one other person looking, if not like 3. Like 3 was the maximum. I always saw at least one, and on average 2. And I only have like 30 minutes to an hour to go look that day. So I would assume during the entire day, and also I would purposely kind of go look during work hours, like at 2 o'clock and stuff like that. So some people, I assume, once they get off work, would do more, So I think that there was a lot of people searching, and there's definitely, from the comments and stuff on the Facebook group, you can tell there's a lot of, desk hunters, I guess, where they're Google image searching stuff and they're Google mapping stuff, and they're not actually getting out of their house to go look. So yeah.
And do you acknowledge another person?
What do you mean? Like if I were
somebody?
No,
If you
I'm
see
too
somebody-
antisocial for that.
Okay.
I might,
Okay.
if we're like really close by, I might wave, I guess. But in general, the area that we were searching this month was so big that it's like, oh, there's someone way over there, that person's definitely looking over there.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, so no luck.
fun.
No luck with the treasure. And that was my weekend. I got bit by so many bugs. I wish I had that bug bite remover.
I bought one.
I never ordered it, and I was thinking
I ordered it that night, and I got 2 big mosquito bites. It worked well on one.
Yeah, and you know what? I should, as the next video is playing, I should just go ahead and buy that thing.
Yeah, it's $10.
Yeah.
I figured I'd rather just have it, not use it, than really want to have it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, I'm getting it. The bug bite thing. It's in my cart.
That's it.
Perfect.
All right, should we jump in?
Let's jump in.
Okay, here's the gadget I was talking about that solved the problem for me at my boat.
The Rinse Pro. You don't want to rinse with anything that's not professional, okay? The Rinse Pro, portable shower kit, and shower head, suction cup, I guess. I don't know why the suction cup is not going to work on a tree, is my guess. The pump unit. So what you do is you dump this in a bucket, all right, and then you shower, all right. There's the hose. Let's see how long the hose is. I guess from the bucket to I guess that's just about right. We'll try it. We'll either take it down the boat or we'll do it in the backyard. And that's the unit.
So I decided to do it out front because the plants are looking dry, and I thought this would be a great way to water them. So I brought a bucket of water, okay, and I'm turning this on. This is so exciting. And, oh, okay. watering. Let's see. Getting a tiny bit of water coming out here. Not quite sure. I don't like that, but this does work pretty good. All right. So if you were taking a shower with this, it wouldn't matter that this is dripping, because you want to get wet anyway. And I'm going to just show you one other thing. I'm just going to take this out. So this works fine. And remember I said you don't have a suction cup in the woods, so that these are the two options. If you're like next to an RV or something and you want to stick it on the wall, you can use the suction cup, or and use a hook, put it like that, and then if you're outdoors, get a branch that you find, hang that on the branch, and then this will slide into that and hold the shower for you. So I think it's pretty neat.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now there are a couple of downsides. One is you charge it with this.
What? Get
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
here.
Yeah,
What is this
exactly.
AC cable? USB's where it's at. Get out of here.
Exactly. This is USB,
Oh.
but what's this?
It's even worse. USB to AC. Or no, I guess DC. I'm so silly. DC. A USB to a DC plug.
Now, does anybody in the chat room know, have these become standard in some way? And I'll tell you why. It's because I had left the pump. I brought the pump down to the boat, as I mentioned earlier, and I brought the pump back, and I didn't bring this cable. And I go, oh God, I'm out of luck. And then I thought, you know what? I remember in my box of cables, I have a cable like that from something else that I can't even find. It did fit. So I don't know if this is like a standard kind of thing, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
You'll always have, even if it's not USB-C, you certainly have micro and mini,
Right.
a bunch of them.
Right.
You probably don't have a bunch of these.
No. That's like
I
proprietary.
didn't like that. And the other thing I was not crazy about is that there are two covers on the pump. This one covers where the charger goes. They at least put a string on this, and I assume you're supposed to tie this to the hose, so when you take it off, it will be available. But the on-off button has a rubber cover to keep it waterproof when it's underwater, and that you can lose in a second. It just pops off, and so I wish they had, a little plastic thing that held both these things on. Just pop them off, and they would just hang there.
Right.
But outside of that, I thought it was decent. $30.
Yeah. The only other design change I could imagine was it did seem kind of like a bummer that you had to lift the pump out of the water to turn it on and off. It'd be nice if it was on the handle.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And also, I turned it on and then dumped it in the bucket. And the instructions, it says, dump it in the bucket and then reach in and turn it on.
Yeah. Sometimes you can burn out the motor if it's running with nothing in it for a long
Yeah, no, I knew that. That's why
Yeah. But if it's quick, I don't think it should be an issue.
And then I did notice that when the bucket was a third full and you dumped it in, you had to pick it up and dump it in again to sort of prime it. But I mean, for $30,
Yeah. I
worked out well. And if you have like in the cell, if you have an area that's really hard to drain, this would have been great on my houseboat. My houseboat had a billion little compartments that if the water tank overflowed or something, all the compartments would fill, but the compartments weren't connected to one another. So you had to hand drain every one
Each one. Ooh.
This would have been great to just throw in there and stick the hose into the major bilge. So a lot of uses for it. And I thought it said Rinse Pro. It is the Rise Pro. I thought Rinse Pro makes more sense.
Rinse Pro makes so much sense. You're right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, the mist. missed an option, missed an opportunity there.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Or and then they could have a smaller version, the rinse noob, and the rinse amateur. Would have been nice.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, all right. So that's pretty neat and super useful for certain people. Okay, now it's not the what the heck is it, but what the heck does it do? So let's take a peek.
Something a little different. It's not a what the heck is it? It's a what the heck does it do? All right, then it's down to the screen.
A book. No. Oh.
All right. So what would you know what this is, right? Well, what does it do? It's a bike.
It's a pizza cutter.
Oh no! Yes.
Oh.
Did you know right away?
No, I just guessed it.
Oh, okay. It's a pizza cutter. So we're going to make a pizza tonight and see how it works.
Do you use both wheels?
Kind of interesting. I paid $7 for this. All right.
Like run it across.
And then
That's funny.
I was looking around on Amazon, and I saw what looks exactly the same for $5 for two. $7.
Buy one, get one free.
So I figured, let's see the difference. All right. First difference is the $7 one comes in its own fancy box.
Ooh.
Okay.
Paid for packaging.
And
Yes.
the two for $5 ones are here.
Frustration-free packaging.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. At first I thought they don't come with stands, but they do. You know what? I think I paid too much. I would say, well, you know what? Unless...
Is that one bigger? I can't tell.
No, they're the same, but you'll see there's something wrong with this one. They forgot. Well, I'll explain it here.
These seem like...
Really dull.
Seems like it won't even cut.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
dull.
if this one's any sharper.
It's not the pizza cutter part.
They
You know
forgot
what?
They didn't even put an
Oh, I
edge on it.
see. Yeah. Oh, it seems like this one, both edges are sharp. You know, I think they're the same thing. Although I don't know if you can see it or not. But on the cheap one, there's no edge on this side. All right,
Yeah,
you
it's
see
only
the
on one
silver edge
side.
here?
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Silver edge there, silver edge there. This is just blank. On the more expensive one, also
The cheap
more
one was,
expensive one
his shift was over. He was done putting edges on
Cutting edge.
blades.
Right.
He had to go.
They'll never miss for
Cutting edge.
$250. What do they want?
Yeah, exactly.
So this one, it either missed where it's supposed to have a cutting edge. Well, let's see if they both are the same. All right, cutting edge. Yeah, this is just the other cheapy one does have a cutting edge on each side. So on this one, they just missed
But
doing it.
then I had a thought.
You know what? Just for last, I'm going to weigh them. We can cut this part out if it's too deadly dull. 0.2 ounces, 1.3. 2.5. So this one is way heavier, and this is a piece of crap. But tonight we'll check them both out when we bake a pizza and deduct it from our taxes because it was for a video. See you in a minute.
Gold leaf
We made a pizza. We made a
Wow.
French pizza from Trader Joe's. Okay, so they're kind of thin, crusty. So they shouldn't be. So I'm going to cut this way with the. I'll do this. I'll do the expensive one first. Okay. Yeah. Ooh.
It does seem like that's the only way to hold it. Like, my first thought
Yes.
Okay.
was the big wide tire.
You know, also the expensive one, it came with a tiny little bike helmet. Okay. All right, so
Not really.
that cut pretty good. French pizzas are easier because
They are all thin crust. You know what? This one is really crappy. The rear wheel almost doesn't turn anyway. So we're going to try. This is the 2 for. This is the $2 one. You know what?
And my first thought was that the back wheel would be the only cutting option, but there's really no way to hold it other than the way you're holding it.
You know what? For the extra money, I get the. Look like it's bending out of shape already. Okay, and as we already know, this one weighs twice. The red one is the cheapie. This is the more expensive one. And when I say more expensive, we're just talking $7. That's it. And now it's time for pizza.
Chow time.
It's funny. Chumley said if you leave them on the kitchen table, you'll come home and you'll find that someone stripped all the parts off the bike.
That's funny.
I don't think they're the same. I think the wheels on the $2.50 ones are cheaper and way crappier because it was like, oh my God! You see, they're all over the place. There's one for $9. Also, it got much better reviews. The more expensive one got 4.5 stars.
Each color is a different price. You got $6.99 for the black. You got $8.99 for the blue. I think you're back to $6.99 for the red, and $6.99 for the yellow.
Yeah, but also it's very funny because they show that it's labeled, the expensive one, that it has a name on it. Mine does not have a name on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, of course, Scooter X found it on AliExpress. $1.14. You get your choice of all the colors, but there's $2.60 shipping.
Shipping, okay.
And then he also found, or maybe it wasn't Scooter X, it was someone else. They found this one. So if motorized is more your style, and you want, a chopper, there you go.
Also, they're not the easiest things in the world to clean.
No.
Because you have two dirty wheels, and one of the wheels has all those spokes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kids will probably love it. And as they say in the Amazon thing, it's even just fun if someone loves bikes to just have this on a shelf.
Yeah.
But if from the two I bought, if you're going to use it, to actually use pizza. The fact that it weighs double, I think, shows you that it's made better because they're the same size. And I think the stainless steel on this one cuts much better than on the cheap one. But they're just fun.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's very funny. And I mean, if you're someone who's really into biking, I think what you said earlier is just a shelf decoration would be perfect.
You go. There you go.
Okie dokie.
Okay, and on to my third gadget of the day is this.
Okay, I have a great little gadget that I thought would solve a problem for me, but did it? Okay, so the wiring in this building is very old. It could be 50 years old. And
or 60 or 70 years old.
Actually, several places. The outlets are so old when you plug something in, it just falls out of the socket, okay? But I don't want to go in and replace the outlets because of the age of the wiring. Then I saw this and I thought, whoa! Take out the little screw that holds on the faceplate of an outlet, plug this in, hold it in with this long screw. Now I have 6 brand new outlets, okay? 2 on each side, widely spaced, so that you can plug in big transformer plugs. Has a built-in night light. You can set it for high, medium, low. And I like it. It lights the outlets. Now, this can go on automatically, or you can manually set it as I did here. Or you can just have it off. But wait, there's more. Okay, it has 2 USB charging ports, okay? It's a total of 2.4 amps. So 2.4 if you're charging one device, or divide that in half if you're charging two devices.
But it will charge upside
But that's
down.
also built into this one outlet. It has built-in surge protection. It was only about $17. But, so Chad, why did this not work out? Chat room, why did this not work out for me?
Any guesses quick, Chad?
It is indeed, you need to have a 3-prong outlet.
Oh no, it has
Right.
to have the ground.
And all the outlets here, except for the air conditioner outlet, are 2-prong.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could saw that off. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. But I think that this is really neat. It comes with a $100,000 connected equipment warranty, okay, because it has this 3-level surge protection. And like if your laptop is plugged in and something goes wrong with it, and you call them and they say, oh, okay, how much was your laptop? And you say, oh, it was $5,000. And they say, oh, we only guarantee things that cost $100,000. I doubt it. Anyway,
Plug your Tesla
amazing
into it.
reviews. Just take a look at it over here. I'll just point right there. It was almost 37,000 reviews, and it got 4.7 out of 5 stars. And as you can see, I paid $16.97, and it's one of those weird things. I guess it could be Power UI or PoRu. Whatever it is, I liked it, and evidently a lot of people liked it. That's it. But I don't have it as a solution.
Wah, wah. That's no fun.
So I'm watching the chat room. Someone's saying, just break it off.
That's
Someone's saying, that's
everyone.
dangerous. Then someone says, if there's no ground, what does it matter if you break it off?
Right. I guess they're saying whatever you have plugged in now doesn't have ground. So, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and use a cheetah plug. Then this thing would be really. If a regular plug falls out of the wall, imagine putting in a cheetah plug with this thing hanging on it.
Yeah.
I'd convert used sockets to 3 prongs, grounded or not. You know what? In an apartment, you could probably lose your lease or something if I short something out. Did Thomas Edison? Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, in a perfect world, if you snipped off the ground, I'm sure you could get a wire onto the ground and then run that to an actual ground, and then all of a sudden you've grounded your plugs that are plugged in there.
That's true. I probably just run it to the.
Would require like soldering, I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know, but someone's right. The outlets aren't grounded now, so if I take that thing off.
Right. Nothing's really changed.
No.
I'm surprised that that's like up to code. I would imagine. I would imagine that if someone's renting you an apartment, that it might need grounded plugs. But
I don't know. There are probably grandfather clauses in for
that's what I'm
brownstones
imagining.
that were built at the turn of the century.
Yeah,
would
I'm
be my
imagining that
guess.
too. Yeah.
Anyway, but if you're looking for, in a kitchen or something, if you already have a grounded outlet, this is a way to add a ton more. And the 2 USB things for $17. It seemed, and that nightlight thing is really nice because it's soft white.
And it had a sensor, right, as well?
Yes, it had a.
So that'll come on only at night.
Yep. So you can set it for
really
only
nice.
at night. You can set it for never come on, or you can just hand set it for what you want. And
yeah, wow, that's
pretty
nice.
neat.
That is nice.
Pretty neat.
Very cool.
All right,
Okey-dokey.
so now I
It's
am amazed to
time.
know what it's going to be.
Here we go.
Need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it.
Get it. And I am not going to show y'all the gadget yet for a reason. For a reason. So, the patrons voted on the straw poll that we gave them, and there was a clear winner. I threw in a oddball option so I gave everyone 4 choices. So the choices were photography gadgets, back to school gadgets, gadgets under $20, or what the heck is it gadgets. And what the heck is it gadgets took it away. So the idea behind this category is gadgets that don't have an obvious use, when you look at them, or any of the gadgets that could be in the what the heck is it game that you play on gizwiz.biz. So I noticed earlier today that this was just running away with it. So I thought we'd do something different this month. Part of the fun with what the heck is it is looking at the image on the website and trying to see things in that image and putting in your guesses as well. So this month we're doing something different for the patrons, where I will take an image of the gadget that I'm going to review and put it to the patrons. So if you're a patron on Patreon this month, you'll be able to write in your guesses for what this gadget is. So here it is. This is the gadget, the whole gadget, not just a part of the gadget.
Gosh, a fan blade? So it's the whole gadget.
This is it. This is all of it.
Oh, wow. Ice cream scoop. Boy, I don't know. I was going to say it's a fan blade, but then that wouldn't be a whole thing.
No.
What confuses me is that it has a hole in it. So it looks like...
Yeah, that thing right there.
Yeah. What's the chat room doing?
The chat room's saying Flowerstone. Here's some of the patrons' answers. Special pelican spoons for when they entertain. Shoulder enhancers. Bring back the 80s look to your suits and jackets.
Okay.
I think this is...
highlight.
Hala baskets for smaller players.
Oh, yes.
A juggler starter kit. Spats for pig's feet. Spaghetti holder for a single spaghetti string.
Oh, that's very funny.
Bolt-on eyebrow protectors. That's really good. Obviously, these are spoon holders for spoons with very narrow handles.
Oh, God, they're very funny.
So, I have it right here. This is the gadget, but I recorded a video which explains it all. So
that's a great game.
Let's check this out. Hey Diggity, so I assume that we've gone through all of the different what the heck is it guesses, but this is actually what it is. The Real Simple Solutions shoulder shapers
for
hangers. So the idea is that you take these and you put them onto a hanger, and they will add shoulder pads basically for the hanger so that your clothes can rest on them nicely. Now, something I noticed is that inside there is like this trough here for your hanger to go into. And my normal hangers, which are these kind of thick plastic ones, well, that does not work. The trough is way too big. And then, so I have these, metal hangers here, and that will work. That's the first time I'm actually trying that. But you definitely, it doesn't clip on. It doesn't stay on. That's just gonna fall right off. Now, I only noticed this after I got this home, is that this says easily clips onto any Real Simple suit hanger. So apparently you need the exact compatible hanger for these to work. But let's just try and be very careful. Slide these on in here, and then I'll use this as like some, valuable thing, and I can kind of have it weigh itself down. Take this one, Throw it on there. Work on it. There we go. Now we have the gravity assist, and it's sort of working. Sort of. Kind of. I guess it's working a little bit. I got this at Bed Bath & Beyond for pretty inexpensive for $5, so you can head on over there. Actually, it was on clearance, so I actually think I got this for like $1 at Bed Bath & Beyond. So if you want to try to find them there, you can.
That's very good. Someone said shoulders, right?
Yeah, they said shoulder pads bring back the 80s, and they were very, very close.
Yeah, leave them in the sweater when you put them on.
Exactly. And yeah, I did not realize that these were on such a discount when I got them. I saw them at Bed Bath & Beyond for $5, but on my receipt, they're listed as 99 cents. So, so if
not a big hit.
No. Yeah, so there you go. So apparently you do need the compatible, they don't work. There's some people who are upset that they don't stay on the hangers. Apparently you need the specific Real Simple hangers. Oh. Here, let's see. Are they Real Simple velvet hangers? Here they are. Oh, is this?
I see.
Simple. Yeah, that's right. Set of 12. Yeah, so there you go. Apparently they'll lock in to those. Those are cheap too. $5.
I was just going to say 12 hangers for $5.
That's pretty good.
I go back and get them, and then you already have the shoulder blade. Yeah, that's very cheap.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what we should be doing here. Get the gadget, and then also get the hangers. Let me check.
Oh, I think that's a great thing for August. That's super.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be really, really fun. If you're not a patron, become a patron, and you'll be able to guess along with everybody, and you may get your comment read out on the show. So that is the Crappy Corner for this month. Let's move on to the Warehouse, Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Longhorn.
Okay, so a video from someone who has never submitted before. Hi, Dick and Chad. A video for the Warehouse, my favorite gadget at the moment. A quasi-retro device I've been using for 3 years. The video description has more detail, so let's look at the video.
Jeff here with a retro music-related device for the Giz Wiz. Now, is the device the Walkman, or is it the speakers? Well, it's neither. In fact, you can unplug the speakers, turn the Walkman off, unplug that entirely, and it will still keep playing on this Bluetooth speaker from within the Walkman.
Magic! What is going on here?
The cassette added.
So the device.
The cassette added Bluetooth.
This mixtape to the tape. There you go. Okay, enough of that. Let's have a look at the menu. With the various options there. There's play. There's some settings. You can have a look at the repeat mode, shuffle, equalizer. Go through to the library, which can be the internal memory, which 8 gigabyte or memory card. I've got a 256 gigabyte memory card plugged in here. Yeah. Plugs directly into the laptop, and as you can see, Mixtape there shows up.
So it has memory?
And I've got all those folders. I've got a generation 1. Here's up to about generation 4. and he sells them for $100 US. But he often discounts them to $75 if you're willing to wait. There's all the specs.
Oh, okay. 8 gigabytes of internal
What's
memory.
included
Okay.
as well. And I've had mine for about 2 years, and it's served me well. One thing I have noticed is plugging wired earplugs is much more reliable than Bluetooth earplugs, because it's only supports up to version 4. So your earplugs, if they're version 5 of Bluetooth, they won't work on it. Anyway, that's my gadget for the Gadget Warehouse. Thank you.
That's crazy. Great video. So it is a little confusing because it's all over the place. But first off, I found the Kickstarter for this. So possibly the video will explain more. If
okay.
If not, I think I have a good idea of what's going on.
Word up, my name is Paul Burns. I am the creator of Mixtape. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me, as I'm going to demonstrate some of the key features of the all-new Mixtape. Let's take a quick look at the prototype, shall we?
This may go on a little bit longer than
T-Touch
we want.
display. This is what you will use to control your music, your settings, connect to Bluetooth, etc. Everything is managed through the display. And I'm actually going to plug in some headphones here, like so. And then I'm going to just swipe over through the menu so you can see all
Oh,
that.
it has a little display right on.
Yeah, so this is the prototype. So
It's pre-selected.
the one we saw didn't have this.
No.
But
you're right.
So basically it's everything. It does everything. It has internal storage. It has its own audio jack off to the side. You can pop it into a jukebox or your car stereo that can play tapes, play through the tape deck, or you can connect Bluetooth 4 devices and play it from there. So it's like it does everything.
Yeah, it has 8 gigabytes of memory, so that's pretty good, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And a micro SD
Yeah.
card slot.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
up to 256 gigabytes, which is funny because those are not that difficult to get nowadays. Like I'm running around with my camera with 128 gigabytes on the card because they're just not that expensive anymore. So you could easily make that huge. Yeah, USB-C
now it
charging.
says built-in 1-inch OLED display.
Yeah, touch navigation. It has its own rechargeable battery inside. 5 hours of playback.
Playback on the internal battery. Holy cow!
Yeah, so it does it all. So if you want to listen through your headphone jack off of the tape itself, you can. You want to throw that into something that plays tapes, it can do that. You want to connect your Bluetooth device and just listen wirelessly, it can do that. And I mean, that's pretty impressive. I literally didn't, I think you were the same way. I couldn't quite tell what was going on at the beginning of the video.
Neither could I, yeah.
So it's playing, then he unplugs it, and it's playing again, and then he plugs headphones into it.
Speaker.
It's like, woo.
Wow, let me get this guy's name, Jeff. Jeff, that is a bizarre gadget.
Yeah.
Now he did warn that it only works up to Bluetooth 4.
4, yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting because also you go just to their website, and it says be the first to know when it's available. So I don't know if I was just on an old page where you could purchase it.
It must be because Jeff was saying that they sometimes sell it for $75. Well, Jeff already has one, and he said he had it for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly, and that they have more newer things and stuff. So that is a crazy gadget. That is insane. That is so cool.
Great. So Jeff, if you live in the United States, send me your email address. I'll send me your mailing address. And tell me if you want the August issue or the October issue, which we'll unveil the cover in a minute when we go to the What the Heck Is It page. And well, we can go there now. Okay. So
Yeah.
if you have a gadget, any kind of a gadget, I mean, this is an amazing gadget. Make a little video, 1 to 3 minutes. Tell us about the gadget, why you like it, and put it up on YouTube. And if we show it, we're showing 99% of everything we get. You will win a current issue of Mad Magazine. Right now, we're on the cusp. If you want to wait 10 days, Jeff, you can have the October issue, the Mad Sportacular. I have the Mad Guide to Skydiving in that issue. And I can get that out to you, or you can get the current issue, the King Kong versus Godzilla issue. So anything to do with a gadget, okay? I think we have one more video. Make us a video and email it to mail@gizwiz.tv. Anything to do with a gadget. Old, new, unheard of, whatever.
Crazy
mail
capable.
@gizwiz.tv. Yes, crazy. Yes, crazy.
Very
pizza
capable.
cutter.
Thanks
The
so
roller
much.
coaster pizza cutter.
Exactly. With that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
No.
Interesting gadget video of the week. Interesting letter from Jeffrey Smolovitz, who writes us often. Him and Adam are contributors. He writes, "Good evening, gentlemen," which I assume he means Chad and me. As a fan of the show, I've heard you and Chad sometimes talk about developing a new idea on a startup website. I came across this website that definitely gave me a laugh. It's basically every startup investor's worst nightmare. It's a website where you purchase and collect mock startup gadget toys that have failed, and it even gives the reader the full backstory. Here's the website. Enjoy, from Jeff Smolovitz.
So I don't even remember this one.
No, I don't remember this one, but do they have the
So they have the whole
ice
story
chest?
about that gadget, if you want to figure out what that is. So let's go back and find one that we know, because I can see.
Oh, go that.
The coolest
That was like
cooler.
one of the biggest
There it
scams.
is. The coolest
This was-
cooler. It comes with a miniature.
A built-in blender, built-in battery, built-in speakers, built-in Bluetooth. It was shipped like years late. Oh, I remember. I think they started selling it without sending it to the people who backed it.
Yes. I love this. I love this little blurb. The poster child for the pitfalls of crowdfunding. The coolest cooler was an all-in-one outdoor event station that combined a cooler, speaker, blender, and general-purpose battery. At a bargain $185 pre-order price, the coolest cooler merged design solutionism with dadcore to create a total package that seemed too good to be true. Unsurprisingly, in retrospect, it was.
Yeah. They made off, I think they collected $13 million.
Yeah.
And then there was a lawsuit, and I think the poor backers, I was looking at that earlier, the poor backers got $20 each back.
Oh my gosh.
I assume the attorneys probably got the bulk of the rest.
In
There it is.
2016, the Oregon Department of Justice opened investigations into the coolest cooler for unlawful trade practices. This is great that these full. I knew about the coolest cooler. I need to go back here after the show is done and read up on all of these, because a lot of these I don't know the end. I don't know the end of the story.
Yes.
I remember
Anyway, but
Juicero.
this is like toy versions of them.
Yes.
For the
sale.
cooler was what was the $100 laptop?
Yeah, the one laptop per child. Now, this is kind of before the Kickstarter age. This was more of just, they went through normal funding. They went through,
Right.
they got grants, they got all sorts of stuff. Yeah, the $100 laptop. I don't
This
like. Once
is a
again, I don't know
great-
the end of this story.
No, Jeff, this is a great find. You know what? It looks like just go down a little. It looks like they actually sold. Here we go. Just slow, go
sorry.
up again. A little more, and more. Right there.
Oh, units shipped. They shipped 3 million of them.
Oh, the 3 million. Okay.
Yeah. See, this is one of the weird ones because I remember seeing it. I remember people playing with it. I remember that it came with Linux on board.
Yes, and wasn't it that you would buy one, and for everyone you bought,
right,
they would send a child one?
Right. And so I don't know if one of the reasons it failed was just it got outpaced so quickly that it was just a piece of junk, by the time. Or I really need to read up on this one because I don't know why it failed so badly. I remember it vividly, though. I remember reading articles about it.
Yes, and they had a big event at one CES. I forgot what year it was.
Yep.
But
I remember the Juicero vividly as well. Do you remember this one?
No.
So this one,
the juice. Oh my God! Yes.
Yes, it was a super expensive juicer. It was supposed to have this crazy technology to extract the.
They took it apart. Some video took it apart, and it was giant stainless steel gears.
Yes.
And then wasn't it a reporter took the pack and squeezed it in a vise or between his hands?
Just with his hand, and just juice comes out. It's not like it has like packaged anything that needs the juicer. It was just a super expensive way to
I remember that.
Deposit the juice.
God. I remember that.
An $800 IoT juicer ultimately outperformed by literally squeezing the vegetables with your bare hands.
Oh, wow.
This is great. This is wonderful. So deadstartuptoys.com. Dead Startup Toys.
That's where you go and you buy miniature versions.
Little plastic. Yes. Plastic
but just go
models.
there and read about, they have a great summary of each one of these startup devices. It's great fun.
Yeah.
Jeff and Adam, thank you for finding that. Yes, it was talk about over-engineered.
Captain J is saying what I told you before the show started. Foldy Mate will be on this someday soon.
Yes. Oh, there he goes. He's saying it now.
Yeah.
Sims to Rachel. Not seeing Foldy Mate.
Not seeing Foldy Mate. No. Now, they didn't start a well, I guess one laptop didn't start a Kickstarter either. But...
Yeah.
Very funny. Very funny. Well, thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/Giz Wiz. You guys are incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Reminder that this month you guys get to put in your comments about what the heck the gadget is. So please head over to Patreon and support us at any level. You'll have access to guess what the heck the gadget is. And also give your funny, we love the funny guesses, like the one about eyebrow protectors. Very funny. So head on over to patreon.com/GizWiz to support however you support, however long you've supported. If you're just new or you've been a supporter in the past, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Head over to gizwiz.tv. There you can watch the show live just about every Thursday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern Time. If we ever have a schedule change, it'll be at the top of the website. You can also subscribe however you want to get the podcast delivered or see all of our previous episodes there as well. If you head on over to gizwiz.biz, that's Dickie D's website, where he writes up articles about all of the gadgets that we cover on the show. You can also play the real, the official, the one and only What the Heck Is It there. This is the actual What the Heck Is It that we love to copy. And here it is, the whole gadget that you are trying to figure out. What is that gadget? And this is obvious. This gadget is obvious. This was the prototype of the juicer. This is the manual juicer. So if you think you know what it is, get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. 6 Mad Magazines for correct answers, 12 Mad Magazines for funny, clever, hilarious answers. And this is the issue that you are playing for, that Dickie D will sign himself and send to you within the United States. Right, and Canada, or just the United States?
United States. If you live in a huge Canadian city, I can try. And I successfully mailed one, putting on eight forever stamps, and somehow that got through.
Perfect. So head on over to gizwiz.biz and do that. That about wraps it up for our show. We'll see you next week.
I'll be here.